Hi guys, Jake and MJ, back again for more live reactions to Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. Chomp, 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 chomp. Alright, so we're doing another one of these, super quick.
Hi, it's a day since we did the last one, and I'm still on red.
Yes, we have still not fully recovered
we have not
from the existential exhaustion that was our vacation.
No.
I think that's a good term for
existential exhaustion.
Yeah.
I swear, driving through the desert was serious case of welcome to Night Vale.
It broke my brain. Like, seriously broke my brain. I was a husk of a person by the time we arrived in Anaheim. And
we hadn't even really done very much yet at that point, mind you. That was just driving across the desert.
Well, I mean, we'd been up for like 20 hours. That's a start.
Yes. What I'm saying
if you're up for 20 hours and then you're driving through the desert highway at night at like 70 miles an hour or whatever.
Well, that's the thing.
Is
that we had a lot of wacky stuff go on this weekend.
Yeah. And that was the beginning.
And that was just the start.
Yeah.
And it already broke you.
I'm not gonna lie, that vacation was just, like, let's see in how many ways we can thoroughly break Jake.
I had a great time, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I say all that, but it was okay. There were some good things, too.
Yeah.
It was
just
very rough.
We went to, what do you call it?
Galaxy's Edge?
Yeah. We went to Galaxy's Edge. That was fun.
I got dizzy, but that was fun.
Other than the dizzy part.
There's always something for everything.
It doesn't matter what we did. Something happened to Jake. And I feel real bad about that. Because, like, no matter what we did, something happened to Jake. Like,
literally, I was going to meet somebody, and I had to go grab something from, like, a Staples beforehand. And, like, I'm like, okay, so, alright, I managed to make it over here. You know what? I'm gonna have a little drink of soda before I do it. What? I just got, my shorts got drenched in Dr. Pepper.
Wednesday was the worst. Wednesday, the Dr. Pepper, the park,
we don't need to get into everything on that.
But like a botanical park was closed. Things were just not good.
There was that one moment when I was driving along and I Dreamed a Dream came on the radio.
Which was also Wednesday.
And I just like, what is my life? That was a rough time.
What is my life? No, that's where is my head, isn't it?
Yeah, where's my mind? I don't know.
I dream.
Oh, there was something I realized that I don't think I mentioned last time, which is...
Well, we found the...
We received our copy of Heroes of the Grid from Renegade Games. We haven't really had a chance to open it and play around with it yet.
Because we're exhausted. But Jake did open the large cardboard box.
Just to confirm that we got everything in there.
Just to marvel at the smaller printed and glorious boxes inside.
the art by Dan Mora is wonderful. Hopefully, at some point we'll get a chance to play with some people. We do know some people locally who also ordered it.
ordered a copy, so they should be interested in playing. And one of those people bought everything.
Yeah.
So if we could arrange to play with their game.
Yeah, that'd probably be best. At least one of them did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a fun times.
We're frugal people, so we didn't get everything.
I had to convince myself to go for it, and it was just because I'm so cheap. But there were exclusives involved, and it seemed like a good thing to support.
He's not kidding about being cheap, by the way.
I really am.
But you know what?
It's a problem.
It is a problem, but between the push and pull...
Yeah, it evens out.
And that does not mean that I am an overspender.
I'm not an
overspender.
You are a reasonable spender.
I'm a reasonable spender.
And I am unreasonably cheap, and it balances out to being generally frugal.
Yes. I'm a reasonable spender, he's unreasonably cheap. We wind up frugal in the middle, but I also still make sure that we get the things that we need to get. Like, Jake, we need a dryer.
Yeah, we did end up getting a dryer. That is true. That is the thing. Anyway.
You need to buy a car.
Yes, I did.
You have to have a car, which he does, and he loves his car, don't you?
It's a lovely car. It is my 2008 Subaru Outback in that, so it's an actual
real good shape.
It's an actual real station wagon as opposed to the SUV nonsense of everybody else.
Jake's really obsessed with station wagons, and now he has one.
Yep. And I don't like SUVs, and I do not have an SUV.
We'll never have an SUV. We'll do anything we can in this household to never have an SUV.
Like, I'm aware that at some point they may just completely dominate the market, but I'm going to try and avoid.
I have a feeling the minivans will stick around.
I certainly hope so.
And you like those too.
Yeah.
So if all else fails, you can get another minivan.
Although driving around that Toyota Sienna the last week.
Yeah, maybe not a Toyota Sienna.
That
thing was a boat.
That thing was huge.
That thing was a boat.
I say that as somebody who's driven 3 different minivans.
Okay, but all of yours were Chryslers.
Yeah, Dodge or Chrysler. Yeah.
They're all the same.
Or Plymouth or whatever. It's all the same.
Those 3 are all the same.
Yeah, I know. Anyway.
Okay, the Caravan.
They were all
Voyager,
slightly different.
The body is the same.
It was a Grand Voyager and a Caravan, which are different sizes.
Not the one's a little longer. They're the same width. Both of them are narrower than that boat we drove.
That thing was also just really tall. But I'm sure this is the sort of content that you guys tune in for. But so let's actually get into episode 20 of Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, Supreme Artist.
Sadly, I'm told that some people do in fact tune in just to watch us argue.
And let's see if it'll play. There we go. Haha. Play. Oh, this person doesn't seem to be having a good time. Oh, Kirian. Dinosaur time.
Hey, what? That's not usually what.
Okay, apparently this is a weird Minosaur. Okay, we don't get to see what's so weird about this Minosaur. But we got...
Maybe there is no Minosaur. Maybe the guy's too happy.
I don't know. But we've got Ko and Asuna and Toa doing a little
practice.
3-way melee. So that's fun.
And Salto is watching them.
Really? Really you gonna pull that? Okay. Ko got banged up in his shin. Fight too instinctively. Okay, so they're gonna have a little duel here. So is Melto gonna teach Toa a lesson here? Where'd the others go? Ah, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, the others took off. Okay, that's fair. If his speed is neutralized, then... Okay, the Minosaur is a sketchbook. That's unexpected. Let's see what happens. It's a sketchbook that generates things. No, I don't need a smooch. I'm okay. Boom! Girato hikaru sono chigate batoru rodo. Bow, 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 bow. Momo ritai kono sekai megane sanai to kimi tanara sono michi o yugeyo. Tadashiki en bumaru yo akashi sa soru o hitotsu ni. Dona toki demo nigenai Dynamic daichi no narasa Hagana no chikara Girato hikaru sodo Chigate bato
夢は一人で見るよりにあなで見らたしさなるカンペとガイなどどかめこってエゴ責任つつやめよたってキシリユ戦隊Ryusoulger. He heard us singing and came.
Hey there,
He
little
knows
lolly.
it's time.
There's a little lolly just off the corner there. I think you're going a little fast on the Dynamiku Daichi.
Yeah, I think you're going a little fast on the very beginning. You're getting way ahead of the Tadashiki and Baru bit. That's why I stopped.
I think I think that was a little bit of both of us.
I kept trying to slow down, but I couldn't because you were speeding up, so I stopped until...
That's fair.
Donatoki.
Yeah, it took me a moment to realize that we were out of sync with the music. I think we were pacing fine. I think we just jumped in a little too quick.
He's looking for his brother.
Oh no.
And that'll tug on their heartstrings because they have a family thing.
Oh, they see the Kirion slime. Kid looks very intimidated right now by Bamba. Smells so down.
You're just gonna leave the kid? Thank you, Toa.
No. Alright, gotta go find Shotaro. That's nice.
He seems to do that every time he talks to small children.
The little... I think that's probably something that Bamba used to do to him. Hey, we got some drones over here. There's the man.
Who's coming next?
They're so cool. Ali's so cool. Zoom, zoom. Whoosh. Little tap dance. Alright. Hey, is that Shotaro? Whoa. What do we got going on? Oh dear. Whoa. That was weird. Whoa.
Taco? Taco?
She wants the taco. Takoyaki. I had a little bit of takoyaki when I met up with Seamus.
I love takoyaki. It's
but
too
you
hot.
gotta be careful. Same thing happened to me.
You ate it before it was cool, huh?
Yeah. You gotta be careful.
Takoyaki hipster.
I guess so. Looks like they're all getting captured by these cages.
Is the tubular piece over there?
Oh, what, the Clippers?
Yeah. This guy is sharp.
Oh. They're all shrunk down too. I wonder why he can sketch shrinking cages.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the shrinking part of that.
That's very detailed sketch work, I guess.
Stop it, Oliver.
Looks like his his speed is helping him out. Yeah, of course they were behind the cage. Who else was there? Whoosh.
Brushy, brushy.
Oh dear. He's doing a good job dodging these cages. Oh yes,
Right,
no.
Kanalo.
He's still free. Trying to meet up with this girl.
Probably.
So what's going on here? Oh, is she a sketch artist here?
Stop moving.
Okay.
There you go. Now you can put on me if you want. Or you can go away because you don't like me right now. But either way. You were poking me. You were gonna cross the line.
Oh dear. Probably didn't need to actually tell them that. This is awkward.
Is it thunder?
Sounds like, yeah.
How bold of you to return to
How bold of you to what? I looked
reveal
away.
your trick.
Yeah, that's silly. Oh. Oh dear. Really? A little slow motion. She just steps backwards and... Okay. Gotta be smart. Buzzing fly. Just gotta think on what to do.
He led him directly to Kanalo.
Yeah. Oh, Geysorg time? Hey, Geysorg? What's happening? We haven't seen you for a good, like 6 episodes or so. 7 episodes, something like that. We haven't seen you since the Prime Minister lady. Wait, what?
Was this their missing master?
He doesn't know who Geysorg is.
Nope, definitely not their missing master. Now they're having a fight.
Okay, that's interesting. He doesn't know the name Geysorg. Maybe he just doesn't know who's in the armor. Maybe that's it. Okay. So it looks like Geysorg's a very, very Korag style figure. Very mysterious.
He's got the Korag look for sure.
Oh yeah, with the purple knight thing.
It is their master.
Entirely possible.
And a train.
Okay. He just wants to paint. I'm getting a little buffering going on.
Maybe he really was just so happy that it took his sketchbook from him to make him miserable.
Oh dear. What's going to happen? Are we just going to get a giant sketchbook?
No.
Because we just got a flood, and that usually means giant. What's happening? Oh, yep, there we go. We have a giant sketchbook. Oh. And we are getting a giant wazoo.
Without necessarily having to lose the small one.
That's fine.
Convenient.
No, you're the magnificent one. Oh, this is adorable. You gotta figure out what to do. Oh, the little boy still can't find Shitara.
I think we're having also a slight parallel here in that part of the reason he doesn't know how to do this on his own is he's always just followed Bamba.
Yeah.
And when he wasn't following Bamba, he was following the other cute angels.
Yeah.
Not cute angels.
Ryusoulgers. Must be some kind of clue. Oh, we're gonna get our convoluted plan.
Yep.
I'm curious to see what the convoluted plan is here.
Completely stupid plan, probably.
I mean, it usually is, but this could be interesting. Go me. So what did you just do? He just painted something.
No, he didn't. He cut the book in half.
No, he didn't cut it in half successfully, though.
He cut the book most of the way in half.
He cut into the book, but you saw him paint something while he was hanging there. Did he paint a key? I want to bet he painted a key. That's my bet. Which would be the smart thing to do.
He painted a bunch of keys.
There we go. I told you. He got her pen. So he used it to draw a key. Which apparently turned into 5 keys for no apparent reason.
6 keys.
Or 6 keys, sorry. I guess 7. Because...
No, Bamba was in the same cave as the kid.
Oh. No, wait, no, he wasn't.
He was last time we saw him for some reason.
I think they were just next to each other. There we go. Alright, action time. I think that was one of their most logical plots ever, honestly.
Yeah.
It made perfect sense within the context of the episode.
The Night of Haste.
Also, if Gaizo is their master, it makes perfect sense why he would be able to summon Dim Volcano, which we were discussing, 8 episodes back or whatever it was.
I mean, he did originate with the Ryusoul tribe, and he effed off at some point. Clang.
He's using the speed soul. That's fun. Zap, zap. I love those farmers. They're great. Ah, good. Dinos. We got Dino Knight 5 Knights, and we've got Kishiryu Neptune.
You know what I just realized?
What?
When my friend moves and takes her couch back.
Yeah, we're gonna have to change things up.
Our set's gonna change because we've been sitting on her couch.
Yeah. I mean, we do still have the classic couch, but it is very dead.
Yeah, I think at that point we might have to retire the classic couch.
That was kind of a nice attack move there.
Get a mattress set.
I think it looked like they broke apart to attack them from 5 different directions.
I think you're right.
Which is me. You're destroying the thing Waizu loves most.
Himself.
He was
He
so
just said,
beautiful.
Forgive me. I think he was talking to his creation.
Yeah. He was so beautiful. I actually feel a little bad for him. Tokiyaki time. Or takoyaki. Yeah.
He's full of wasabi. Yep.
So which one's the spicy one? It's a challenge. Okay, so they're good.
Look, you've got a...
No, Melto. Melto is melting.
No, not water, milk. Oh, well, actually, most East Asians are lactose intolerant, so that might be a bad idea. But they do still sell milk, so some of them must not be.
Apparently milk was a running thing in Kamen Rider Blade, and I don't know why.
Oh, why did you not tell us? What are you not telling me about Gaizor?
Okay. So we're gonna get
And we go to credits.
They're just gonna keep... They're just
staring at each other till we go to credits. He's not gonna say it.
They just keep cutting back and forth. It's like... Dun-dun. Okay.
What did I tell you?
I know.
Music shifting. Yes, I'm in a booster seat 'cause I'm very, very short.
Doing the white tornado.
I like the clips where they are in the museum.
The thriller.
This part's
flailing,
swim.
arms are flailing.
Jake likes to call this the Egyptian.
Flailing, John, flailing, and pose. Alright.
Hey, Oliver.
looks like we're getting something's happening with us now. Oh, looks like we're getting Master Pink and Tank Joe reappearing along with the mask guy from the Seto. Yeah, that mask guy who we figured in their first appearance was probably their master, but we don't.
He might
actually
actually
know.
still be their master.
Yeah,
It's entirely possible that his mask, unfortunately, we know the way that he works.
Yeah.
We know the way Geysorg works.
Yeah.
He may have had their master at some point, and then the master is deceased and he moved on, and he still has that phrase.
So I'm curious if Super Sentai Strongest Battle is just completely non-canon or what? Because right now, it seems Toa's acting like he's never seen the Geysorg armor before.
That's true.
But it could have been just he's wondering who's in it now, but it's really hard to tell.
Also, as far as they knew at the end of the other thing, he was dead.
Yes. So it's all, that part's a little shaky, but apart from that, this was actually a pretty strong episode for
We
Ryusoulger.
even had some uitatsu!
Yes, making takoyaki, and that was fun.
Takoyaki!
Takoyaki is yummy. As long as you don't eat it too quickly.
I take taco in anything, but takoyaki is even too good.
Yeah.
I also like
That
I
was
love
a big
taco
thing.
soup.
Takoyaki was a
Clear sauce.
big thing with Kamen Rider Ghost.
Takoyaki was also a really big thing in one of my favorite anime shorts.
Oh yeah?
It's one where Keroberos
Okay.
from Cardcaptor Sakura
Okay.
just chases a takoyaki all over town as it rolls places.
But yeah,
It's like my meatball
Oh, okay.
rolled off the table, only it's a takoyaki instead.
That's cute. Yeah, there was a sweet old woman in Kamen Rider Ghost who had a takoyaki cart, and that was her deal. And it was like helpful for a guy discovering the wonder of
What's
humanity.
interesting to me is these people seem to live entirely in their basement. Now, clearly, they must have bedrooms somewhere.
Ostensibly, yeah.
I'm assuming at least Ui and her father have bedrooms upstairs somewhere.
Yeah, ostensibly.
But she's always cooking in the basement.
Yeah, they seem to do everything.
As if they don't
in
have a
this one
kitchen
room.
upstairs.
They pretty much do everything in this one room. I don't know how this house is
There's a
structured.
lot I wouldn't have expected them to do downstairs.
Yeah.
And I think this is the garage, actually, based on
Yeah,
the
it seems
door.
more like a garage.
And you see them sit outside the garage. You saw
Yeah.
them that in the last episode.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think they were in the garage. But the thing of it is that, okay, yeah, you live in the garage. You're doing all your stuff all the time. There are a few things I would expect you to do elsewhere, and one of them is cooking.
Yeah, but they didn't build that set, so in the garage it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, this one was actually pretty solid. I liked the creative use of a different type of Minosaur with the sketchbook Minosaur. It allowed, Wyzul to have fun, which is always good times.
Wyzul is good times.
It was actually a pretty reasonable focus on Toa learning how to use his skill intelligently instead of just relying on his skill to win over all the time. And it actually pushed some plot forward with the reintroduction of Geysorg,
Even though
properly
he was there
into
for
the
like
show.
a couple of seconds and then disappeared.
Yeah, but it was still let's face it, his last two appearances had virtually no meaning.
This one at least had
This
some-
one actually had some impact on the plot, on the characters, and we're finally picking up on what's going on with, Bamba and Toa's master, which has been sort of something that's been hanging overhead since arguably the first episode where it was first mentioned that they left. So, it only took us 20 episodes to get to this point, but it is nice to see some progress finally happening. There's a lot of... One thing that I have seen people say before about Ryusoulger is that a lot of times it feels like it's moving too fast, but really...
It's moving too slow.
like, it feels like a lot of times things are rushing, but they're not actually
going anywhere. Yeah.
And these last couple episodes have been a little bit more of a breather. Now that Weisel's back, we've settled in with Kanalo as just part of the core cast as opposed to the new guy. And this episode, actually, everything fell together pretty well. Like, it didn't feel like there were, these random extraneous bits or, solving the problem in a way that didn't make sense. Like, even Kanalo's girlfriend of the week was an artist, and that's where Toa got the
marker.
got the marker from, so he could draw the keys, which made sense as a way to help them escape. It worked with his, character arc of learning to use his skill intelligently. We were pretty well anchored with the artist not with the host, the Mysore host of the week, not dominating the plot, but still having an emotional anchor by virtue of his little brother. Like, shut that up! Oni-chan!
That's sorry, Otosa's father, you're right. Oni-chan!
Yeah.
Oni-chan!
I'm picking up little words here and there.
You sure it was Oni-san? Was it really Oni-chan? That's a little weird for a younger brother to say.
Is it usually Oni-san?
Yeah.
I thought we saw it was Oni.
Chan is for little girls.
That's fair.
Now, it might have been.
Yeah.
But if it was, that would be like some sort of adorableness.
Okay, maybe I was mishearing it.
Oni-san.
Oh, I'm thinking Aniki. That's the one I was thinking of that's usually used for. Is that the one that's usually the random one for Big Brother? Is it Aniki?
No, but you do hear that one a lot in Full Metal Alchemist, so that's probably where you picked that one up from.
It's one of those that's not exactly for Big Brother, but close to Big Brother.
Yeah.
It's like older peer that I respect, I assume, something like that. I'm not sure. It's one that I definitely hear plenty of times. It's like bro. But yeah, and the focus on Toa was focused. It didn't jump around. Even the little bit where Asuna was carrying the backpack full of Chaco ended up leading into the the little play out with them
How
having
did she
takoyaki.
start making takoyaki without the taco?
I assumed that she'd already started and they just needed more. He let himself be cornered just like he did unintentionally in the battle with Melto. We got to see Melto using the Speed Soul in the battle. That worked well with everything else. This was just a smooth episode. Like, we laughed a little bit at the end where it's like, okay, we're not getting any reveals. We're just going to get this series of meaningful looks, which, okay, I'll roll with it. It was just kind of funny when you have something like that where it's just like cutting back and forth between two people staring at each other with slightly...
Oh, actually, Ani is actually older brother.
Yeah?
And it would be, Aniki would be the informal.
Okay.
Oni is a homophone for the Japanese word for ogre, but not often employed for a punning double meaning. So, Oni-san and its variants are used by children for older non-relatives that are not too far apart in age from the speaker.
Okay.
So...
Okay, so maybe it's Aniki that's usually
is always your brother.
That's brother, and then Oni-san is the one that we...
Oni-san could be your brother, or any other older peer.
Okay.
Who's a boy.
So that's the one that's probably used more with
And apparently if they're an older woman, it would be Oba-san.
Okay.
Instead of Oni.
Because I think I've seen, like, kids say to to rangers when they meet them
Or
referring to them.
Oji-san for old man.
Yeah,
You've
referring
heard
to
that
them as
one.
Oni-san.
That was a big thing in one of the other anime, the other things we watched, where someone kept calling someone Oni-san, Oji-san.
Right.
He kept making fun of him by calling him Oji-san.
I forget what that was. I feel like it's something that I've seen, but I forget what it was.
I think they might have been making fun of the guy who'd been in cryo in Kyuranger by calling him Oji-san.
Okay. Or maybe,
Or maybe...
Maybe Go Busters?
You're right.
With Jin?
Jin.
They like to... Well,
No, Jin was calling...
Oh, he was calling his friend old because
now
his friend had actually aged.
His friend is aged and he hasn't, yes.
Right. Okay, that would make sense.
They kept calling Blue Oji-san.
Oh, Ryuji. Okay. Yeah. That's also a fun thing. But yeah, I actually rather enjoyed this episode. I hope that this is a sign of things finally starting to come together. They do seem to be finally diving into a plot that they have been teasing for a very long time.
Yeah, what's up with Geizorg, guys?
Well, not just Geizorg, but the Toabamba plot they've been teasing.
Yeah, Toabamba's master and why they were gone from the tribe and all of that business.
So hopefully this is a sign that we're finally actually getting into
that
some story, and hopefully Geizorg will be used in an interesting way as opposed to just these occasional teases. Because this is only his third appearance in 20 episodes.
This has been pretty Geizorg light here.
Yeah, he hasn't really done much across the course of these 20 episodes. This is only his third appearance. One was when he showed himself to the villains. One was when he showed himself to a, random guest character. And now...
But it definitely gives the impression that he has a deep connection to the Ryusoul tribe.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Because the one rando he revealed himself to was also a member of the Ryusoul tribe.
Right, exactly. And we'll see if she ends up being important to anything else, or if she was just a one-off,
Yeah, she got a really interesting exit with a flowing coat and all that, and we haven't seen her since.
Yep. Well, we haven't seen her since the last time we saw Geizorg.
It's true.
So hopefully we'll start getting something with some story happening. At the very least, I would like to continue to see these more solid standalone episodes if we're going to keep getting these kind of things.
Yeah, this was solid.
This one was solid. Last week
it all pulled together really well. Last week was really just adorable.
It was
and
cute.
It wasn't awful.
Yeah.
And actually, when you think about it, the one before that, once you take into account an understanding of Shinto, wasn't that bad either.
Right, it was.
So they are starting to get their feet under them here.
Yeah,
that's 3 in a row that didn't make no sense.
Yeah, it was mostly just confusing for us from a cultural perspective.
For you.
It was also yeah, fair enough. But I would say for anyone not deeply familiar with Shinto,
I'm not deeply familiar with it, but I am familiar enough with the media portrayal of it.
Okay, it was.
You have to know.
It was disorienting if you're not familiar with the culture, and I think that's probably fair for a good number of people. I think other commenters were confused by
as well. I will get you a video. There's another one, because I had the video of the other thing, but there's a great, another Life Where I'm From that's all about how to visit a Shinto shrine and what to do at it.
Okie dokes.
I really enjoy that. I'm just going to plug them right now.
Yeah.
Life Where I'm From.
Yeah, I know you like that one.
It's a channel where a fella whose wife is Japanese, and they have...
it's the other way around, isn't it?
No, he's Canadian.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was thinking Rachel and June.
You were thinking Rachel and June, but Rachel and June is not...
I know you like that one.
I do like them, but they're not on this. No, his wife is Japanese. You very rarely see her in the videos, but they have 2 children who they raised for a while in Canada, and they moved to Japan, and now the father and his 2 children do these videos called Life Where I'm From, where the kids get to show, the idea is to show Westerners, who, remember, the kids were from the West to begin with, what life is like now that they're in Japan. Okay. And I feel like it's probably helped the kids adjust quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, it's really easy to understand, because there's heavy involvement of small children.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, they have great episodes on, like, how onsen work, how Shinto shrine works, you know, cool stuff like that.
So there we go. So that's a place where I can learn more about.
I haven't watched the latest one,
with.
but it's about how apparently it's about what it's about Japanese konbini.
Mm.
A konbini is a convenience store.
Nice. I will also say I am something of a sucker for the draw it and it comes to life plot lines. I feel like they didn't explore it as thoroughly as they could have, but they did it. But the using that to create a copy of Wisewool I thought was fun, and I thought that the resolution with
I just love seeing
Toa creating the keys was smart.
Seeing the Tetsuis together, you know, you gotta wonder what happened to her mom, but also they just have such. You barely see them ever, but they have such a great relationship. The two of them.
That's true. That is true.
They have a really tight father-daughter relationship that I just love watching.
Also, I will say that probably one of my favorite instances of you know, you draw it and it comes to life was probably the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story, The King, I believe it's called. It's a tribute to Jack Kirby, where Donatello meets this artist who lives, who's April O'Neil's neighbor, who managed to find a magic crystal, and everything that he draws with the magic crystal taped to his pencil will come to life. And then they go through a portal and they see this world where it's just full of all these creatures that he's created, and they need to draw things to save all the innocent creatures from all the monsters he's drawn. It's just a fun episode.
Quickly, draw a fence.
Yeah. It's like, I need a weapon. Here, have this gravity laser I just invented.
That's definitely got shades of that old Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yeah, and the character's name is Kirby, because it's all tribute to Jack Kirby.
I feel like there was a Mickey Mouse like that too. Only it was poor Donald Duck who was getting tortured.
You might be thinking of Duck Amuck.
Yes.
That would be Daffy Duck.
You're right.
Yeah, which is of course a classic.
Yes, that was the one I first thought about. Was Bugs? I was like, I know there was one
Bugs
with Bugs Bunny.
Bugs was
from Duck Amuck.
He was the artist at the end.
Yes. I know there was one with Bugs Bunny, but I want to say that there was one with Mickey Mouse torturing Donald Duck. But no, you're right. Yeah. It was Bunny torturing Daffy Duck.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So I think.
Anyways.
Yeah, I know you need to run off.
I have a birthday party to get to.
Yes.
I don't want to be late. It'll make the birthday girl sad.
Exactly. So let's wrap things up, and we'll, after this is released, which should be Sunday.
Yeah.
Then we should be back on our schedule.
Where we'll see you again on Tuesday.
Well,
Wednesday, which we will film on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. One thing to also keep in mind is that Beast Morphers is coming back August 24th. So we need to keep an eye open on that. We do intend to continue with the live streams like we've been doing for the first 8 episodes.
Right, so when Beast Morphers is back, it'll be 7 p.m. on Saturdays, right?
Maybe. Depends.
On?
Your work schedule. That's
true.
Because you are still working till 8 o'clock on Saturdays.
That's gotta end sometime soon.
Yeah, ostensibly it should. I know it was something that started right as the hiatus was getting started. I'm going to talk
to my boss when I come in on Monday and find out tomorrow when I go to work, and find out this upcoming weekend could be my last weekend doing 12s.
Okay, that sounds good.
Or 13.
Yeah, 13 hours. Yeah.
Actually, they're more like 12 and a half now because I do have the guy, so I can go for lunch.
I will say it is looking like the 31st will likely be a late stream. It would probably be a 9 o'clock stream on the 31st.
What's on the 31st?
Well, it hasn't been locked down yet, but...
You got some filming?
I may be getting my black belt. I've done Taekwondo for... I started doing Taekwondo in college, took a break for a number of years, and then over the course of this past year, I finally got back into it.
And he doesn't go to one of those big,
it's really just like
schools.
Me meeting up with the people who I used to train with, and it's really just down to one guy now.
Yeah, he's just kind of got like a sensei.
And we finally...
But sensei is not qualified to give you the test, so it's been a matter of arranging a master.
Yeah, it was a matter of arranging things with the head of the organization. And it's been a lot of back and forth over the last few months, but they finally got in touch with us, and it is looking like maybe by the end of this month I might actually be able to do it. We're looking at August 31st as a maybe. If Labor Day weekend is a problem, then it would probably be
I mean, it's taking
September.
you a lot longer, but I feel almost like this is slightly, I don't want to diss on anyone else, but I feel like it's slightly more valuable than you would get through a commercial organization. Because I feel like a lot of times they push people through...
Maybe to an extent.
Whereas you don't have that benefit.
Well, one of the nice things with the way that I've been doing it, as opposed to, through a larger commercial dojo, is really just that it's very much one-on-one. I get a lot of individualized attention because I'm the only student.
Do you even actually have colored belts?
Yeah.
Okay, you did get the belts.
Yeah.
This is just, when you go to a commercial dojo and I know you've got trophies. I know you've got the ranks. I wasn't sure if they gave you actual belts.
Yeah, you've seen my belts, right?
Because when you go to class, because you're going the way you're going, you just go in your gi pants and a t-shirt.
Yeah, I don't usually bring my brown belt along.
Which at a commercial dojo, most of the time, everyone's in their full gi with their belt.
Yeah.
But because you're doing this one-on-one with your
and it's just down at the local gym that has some space.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I did back in college when I was...
He has trophies.
Yeah, I did back when I was a green belt and a purple belt.
3 first place and a second place?
3 firsts and a third, because of the way that I got my first tournament. I got first place in forms and third place in sparring as a green belt, and then as a purple belt I got first place in sparring and forms. And during my time as a brown belt, I never managed to make it to a tournament.
Because you've been doing stuff.
It's just the scheduling just didn't end up happening.
Yeah, because you've been out of college and it's easier to find time to go to tournaments when you're in college than when you're
to an extent. And there just hasn't really been any scheduling. The organization's been through a very transitional period over the last couple of years, so that's made scheduling anything difficult. My black belt test will actually be their first black belt test in at least a good 15 months, as opposed to like annually, because I'm the only one who's currently in that position to be doing it. So it'll probably be either Labor Day weekend or the weekend.
But didn't things go like a little bit sideways in the first place because someone went back to somewhere?
It's a whole story.
He's like actually from.
Well, the actual Grandmaster from Korea
went back to Korea.
No, he passed away.
He died.
He was over 80. He was a very, very old man.
And that put things in flux.
Yeah. So everything's been kind of in transition ever since then. That's been a few years. So it's not quite as smooth as it used to be. But it is finally getting resolved, and I'm whichever day I end up doing that will be a Saturday, and so I wouldn't be back until late in the evening. A late
day.
So we'll keep you guys in the loop on what time we are doing the live streams when we get back to doing the live streams, which should be the 24th moving onward, going off of the rumor mills that I've been seeing.
All right. I gotta go stuff myself.
You gotta go do that
at a birthday party.
Yep, go enjoy your sushi. Maybe you could order some takoyaki probably there.
They don't have takoyaki.
No, they don't.
They don't even have taco.
That's fair. All right.
Believe me, I'd order tons of taco sashimi if I could, but they don't have that.
All right. Anyway, so that's enough of that.
Unless it's on special, like that one time when they had urchin.
So next week we'll be back to our normal schedule before we move things forward. I'm still hard at work on the scripts for the finale of Power Reviews. I'm working on 99 right now, so that's part of the final run. So we'll see how that goes. But until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you.